know if there exists like an actual test for if you have a photographic memory. I would do it right here with you guys, like show you something while I'm looking at it, and then at the end of the video I can remember exactly what it is. But I have all credibility out the window since I could go back and watch the video, so you probably wouldn't even believe me. But I swear, I have a photographic memory. I can remember one thing pertinent to today very vividly. So about a month ago, May the 4th, tickets for Solo went on sale, and I bought them immediately. One, I'm a movie fan, and two, I'm a gigantic Star Wars fan, so it was really exciting for me that I don't really need a Han Solo movie, but I'm excited that they're doing it, and slightly worried at the same time. But three, the movie has a lot of history already. Before it even came out, it's got some bad juju. So I remember exactly where I was when I first heard the news.
So let's talk about that movie, Han Solo. Anything going on with this film?
Just a little bit. It's coming out next year.
All right.
yeah.
What's
Oh,
next?
so-
Oh, and everything's on track. Everything's fine.
We
right?
weren't really sure who was directing this movie yesterday. Now, we were under the assumption that Lord Miller were going to do it. They have been since the start of production, way back when they started principal photography in January. And then yesterday came the news that they had left the project. And then came the news that they had been fired from the project. And then this morning we get the news that the front runner, amongst other names that were being floated around yesterday, Ron Howard, is indeed confirmed to have gotten the job to finish directing duties for the Han Solo project.
Now, for those of you who aren't Star Wars fans, this might not make as much sense as to why this was a big deal. It was a big deal because Star Wars was taking chances. They were allowing directors who typically wouldn't get a chance with a Star Wars movie to direct Star Wars movies, to bring Star Wars into a new direction. You see, Disney told us that we were going to get a new Star Wars movie every single year until we die. That's a pretty strong statement. And to support that statement, they basically decided to have Star Wars go into new directions to keep it interesting. So bringing Lord and Miller, who are traditionally directors of comedy, they did Lego Movie, I think they did 21 Jump Street. So a lot of people were concerned when they were brought in by Lucasfilm to make Solo, because people weren't sure what this meant for the movie. And it seems as if Lucasfilm themselves didn't even know what it meant, because reports came from the set saying that the movie felt more like Ace Ventura than Star Wars, which is not a good thing. So the day that they fired Phil Lord, and Chris Miller was a big day. Not really because fans were rejoicing. People were excited to see what Lord and Miller would do with Star Wars, but people were worried because Star Wars coming out strong and saying we're making movies until you die. It's a strong statement, and then like 3 movies in, completely fall apart and fire their directors, and it wasn't good. Fans were sort of in an uproar, and people didn't know what it meant for Star Wars, because Star Wars is pop culture. It's something that transcends generations, and people flock to it. But it's sort of been in turmoil. This Last Jedi didn't get as good of a response as they expected, because they tried to go in a new direction with that, and now they bring in Ron Howard to direct it. People are worried. So on that day that I was just casually listening to my podcast, as I was delivering coffee in the coffee truck, when this news came across that the directors of Solo were fired, it put this concern into me for the movie itself, because I want Star Wars to succeed, because I'm a fan. And now today, I can vividly remember what I felt like then, and that feeling has carried till today, when I finally get to see the movie and finally get to see how all this worked out. Fingers crossed for success. I've been actively avoiding spoilers, so I've heard some general reactions, but for the most part, I don't really know what to expect. I'm trying to remember if there's a reason why I came in here. I come in here because it's quiet and away from the office, but I think I came here not only because it's quiet, but because I needed something, and I don't remember what it was. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Oh no, it's raining again. Oh, it's so humid. It's so confusing. It's rainy, but it's sunny. It's like Florida here. Georgia, what are you doing? Oh, jeez. Oh no. I wore sandals again. This is the weirdest thing. I'm sweating and I'm wet because it's raining. It's a strange. Now I'm fogging up. What is this weather? Oh, hello there.
Pretty good timing.
It was pretty great. Did you just
Yeah.
pull in?
I mean, I've been here for like 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. I'm sorry I made you wait so long.
I know, you're the worst
That's a
guy.
long time.
Gives me a free movie ticket and has the audacity to make me wait for 2 minutes.
Ah!
Corral the troops. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have my solo ticket.
How are you feeling about Solo?
You know what? I really like Star Wars, but
Yes.
I don't consider myself a big enough fan to like be bothered by
To
this
really
movie
care.
It's just, again, it was a free ticket, so I'm always excited.
It's
about
the
that.
best kind
It's
of
the
ticket.
best kind of ticket.
Are you pumped?
Not at all.
All right, here we go. We're going to see Solo, a star. It's a star on its own.
Just by itself.
Yeah, one solo star.
You can't have that in here, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do get yelled at every time I bring this in
I
here.
bet you do.
Not today. It's in my back pocket.
Not today.
All right, I've officially seen Solo, a Star Wars story, and I'm not going to give any spoilers. No spoilers whatsoever. It was rough. It was really, really rough. I think of myself as a pretty hardcore Star Wars fan. I'm in with the fans. I speculate. I do a lot to get ready for these movies emotionally. Well, these movies mean a lot to me, so I really invest. And this one, I tried to go in. I heard some speculation of how good it was, and I tried to tune it all out, go in with a fresh mind. And my fresh mind led me to the fact that this is not a good Star Wars movie. It feels like a fan film. It doesn't feel like Star Wars. It's so hard to talk about. Performances felt wooden. The script itself wasn't good. The one thing I was concerned about, Han was great. I love Alden Ehrenreich. His performance was great. He had some moments where it bothered me a little bit. He would go in and out of being really the voice. He would have the tough, sort of groggly voice, and then he would go to like a voice cracky type voice when he would get like nervous. And I like that because he's like just getting into this smuggling business, but he was really great. I really enjoyed him. That was my one concern, is that I wouldn't actually believe that this was Han, and I believed it. He's Han. But everyone around him, the only one that I give exception to was Woody Harrelson. Everyone else around him just didn't work, and I want to give spoilers, but I can't, and I don't want to say too much because I might regret it after I see it again. And I'm so heartbroken because, like I was saying earlier, I vividly remember that moment when I heard Lord and Miller were out and Ron Howard was in. I was worried because I thought this is what was going to happen. Like, this is what I was worried about, that we would get a Star Wars movie that sort of broke the mold. And we have had bad Star Wars movies. We have the prequels, and they have redeeming qualities, just like this has a redeeming quality. It has Han, but besides that, it's... Ugh. And I know some of you might be thinking, Kevin, this is just Star Wars, but movies reach another sphere for me. I mean, I have Star Wars things hanging above my lights. Like these touch me. They really touch me. And to have a movie that you get so excited for, and it's a character that you really love, and to have it fall flat. It was hard to watch at times, and I need to see it again. I need to see it again to get a more clear picture of what I actually think about it. But first thoughts, it was rough. I had a hard time. Solo just didn't hit. It didn't hit. There's Star Wars movies that won't hit, and this one didn't. Well, that's going to be all for my photographic memory. Is not going to serve me well on this one because I will remember this forever. Alright, I think I'm going to go watch A New Hope as a palate cleanser and get my real, well, not my real Han Solo, I liked Han, but get real Star Wars back into my veins because this was not Star Wars.